Hey everyone, this is PrinceWatercress, and welcome back to Let's Play Jak and Daxter, the Precursor Legacy for the Sony PlayStation 2 again. We did a lot of stuff in the Snowy Mountains in the last episode, and now we just have to do two things. Get through the Lurker Fort, survive the Lurker... No, we've already done that. We need to get through the Lurker Fort and find the last of the Scoutflies, and guess what? We'll be doing both of those things at the same time. So... we need to get to the fort. And I believe the quickest way to the fort is more than likely going to be this way. So I should have beat that lurker up for some, what is it, some green eco. I'll go ahead and make up for that here, because I know that I'm going to need the health for what I'm going to do. I would like to have the extra hit available to me as an option, just because. And it would also help if I could line myself up with this and actually land on the platform. I'm not going to be doing as much stuff here as I did in the last video, but it's still going to be useful nonetheless. It's still going to be really helpful to get done anyway, because that will give me enough time to get through the other area of the volcanic crater. Yeah, there's not a lot to the volcanic crater section of the game. You have this, you have the spider caves, and you have the lava tube that takes you to the Citadel, and that's it. We are really starting to approach endgame now, if you haven't noticed already. It'll be even more obvious once we get done with everything that I want to do in this video. So, now that the fort's open, let's go in. Assuming we don't get horribly maimed on the way there. I mean, that would help if we didn't get horribly maimed on the way there. And I'll go ahead and beat this guy up for the last of the green eco that I'm going to need, because I definitely want the extra hits for the fort. And I can find the fort entrance, that will be even better. I thought I was near it. I skipped it. Now we can get inside. We need to open these things. Thankfully, that's pretty easy to do if you know what you're doing. We need to climb up here first and get the precursor orbs along the way. And we need to go there eventually, but for now, let's grab the blue eco, get everything that's over here. Grab the blue eco again, because apparently I can't seem to drop down like I want. And 2 out of 3, but I wanted to open the third one. So I'm going to have to go back up top, get the blue eco, and then I should be able to open that thing. But if we can open that thing, we can definitely get the majority of the orbs that are here. Right. Need to go back down here. And that was the last one. Didn't know where I was for a second, but now I do. And now, for the fun part. Actually getting through the Lurker Fort. Once again, we had to make our way up here, but now we keep following the path. I will save the green eco for when I need it. And we have the drop down here behind the chests. Now here, I want to beat up the enemies, and I also want to get my hands on the orbs. You will have these moving platforms that just move back and forth. When they come your way, land on them. Hope you remember how to slide from not how to slide, but how to swing from Boggy Swamp, so that way you can get back up there. And I did not want to fall down back to here and have to do all this over again and risk being chased by a bunch of lurkers on the way. But oh well, that's what I get for thinking I had the jump under control. Yeah, you just kind of drop down here and then you can continue the rest of the way. And if the camera would be a little more cooperative, that would be cool. Alright, let's get back on this platform. Let's actually swing this time. Let's make sure we're actually kicking our feet up. And let's make sure we actually land on this platform this time. And it's a good thing I had that hit. Now we are halfway through this. I need to beat up these enemies, because they're going to be a pain in the butt if I don't. And I'd like to get my hands on the green eco, just out of safety again. By hitting this button, you'll cause this log platform to move in and out of the ground. You can use this to get back here. Also, by going up here, we can get the last scout flyer. And another power cell. That's not the last power cell. We still need to get through this little obstacle course to get the last one that's here. But once we do, we'll be done with not only the power cells, but also the orbs. Now I need to find out how to drop back down. Okay, it's right here. There's nothing else up there. So don't worry about that. Everything else is along the path to the rest of the final orb. Not the final orb, but the final power cell, which demands that you get through this little obstacle course. By the way, some of the platforms have a slightly whiter hue. That's because they're covered with ice. And they will have ice physics. So keep that in mind. Like this one. I don't know how I managed to beat that guy up, but I did. And by getting over here, last orb, last cell. Get dunked on, Snowy Mountain. Get dunked on. Had to get a drink of water there. And we are now out of the fort. We're going to be out of the fort. Yeah, we are done here. 80%. Oh, yeah, that reminds me. I talked about this earlier. We have 91 out of 112. If you're dividing by 7, that's obviously 21 more left to go, which means we only have 3 more areas to go to. The Spider Caves, the Lava Tube, and the Golemaya Citadel, which we will be approaching once we go through the Lava Tube. So, as I was saying, we're nearing endgame. And now that we're done here, I need to take the platforms, because that will get me back to the start of the level. Don't want to go there. I want to go here. Now this will take me back to those platforms near the yellow eco vent. I think they do. And if I could do this without dropping down, that'd be great. Well, at least I'm not going to need the green eco that much anymore. If I can get down here, if I can get through this and mine my shadow and whatnot, while also getting places, that would be great. One more long jump, we should be good to go. So yeah, we're done here. Reader is done as done can be. And we now have the majority of the work that I wanted to do for this video done. So let's get back on the gondola and take it back to Volcano Crater. Well, now that we've opened the yellow eco vents, I find it funny how Daxter's just standing up straight on the gondola and not standing on Jack's shoulder at all. Now that we've opened up the yellow eco vents, there was a vent in the mountain pass that I want to get to. And I want to do that. But before I do, I want to go over here. Because I have enough for the 2 power cells.
Another power cell.
So we have more than enough for the power cells here. Let's grab the other one.
For your effort, a power cell is the reward.
So, well, that's the last oracle, and that's almost all of the power cells for Volcanic Crater. Now we need... Okay, there we go. We need to take the bridges around the hut back.
There's lurker troops in the mountains.
Yeah, and I took care of them. We need to take the bridges back to the mountain pass and get that 1 power cell that I couldn't get earlier. Because that's standing in the way now. So, let's head back to the mountain pass and get on the zoomer, and we should be ready to go. We just need to make sure that we get back to where we should get back to in one piece. So we need to leave the cave, first and foremost. Because now that we have the yellow vent open, we can open up the rock wall. And if it would be a little better if I didn't do things like that. Let's try this again. Let's go ahead and use the blue eco to get through here a little more quickly, but at the same time we also need to be a little more careful too. Let's see if we can do it this time around. And we can. Slow down a little bit, but it made that work. Alright, we just need to make sure we don't fall into a pit or anything, and we should be good. Okay. Here is the yellow eco vent. Let's break that barrel and open up the wall. And here's is the last power cell for the mountain pass. Now I just want to get back to the volcanic crater. So that way I can save my game and we can start over there next time. I need to remember the jump so I can get the A-graph zoomer back on the pad. Alrighty then. We are now back here. And the only place left to go before going to the lava tube is the spider caves. And that's probably going to be the hardest level that we can do in terms of collecting everything. But I've done it once and I'm pretty sure we can do it again. So let us go ahead and admire the fact that we have now gotten another 5%, gone up from 78 to 83, and close this video out after saving our game. Join me next time where we head to the spider caves and collect some more things. Until then, this is PrinceWatercress. Take care, stay safe, and thanks for watching!